Bless me. Use current pages. Okay. And then
No, there's nothing on the other side. You've closed it off. You have to reopen it.
no, it's on my desktop. I go to my desktop. Sorry, it's definitely on my desktop. My desktop has the.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
I don't want to put all my energy into making this perfect because I need to save some energy for later.
Yeah.
So. Well, there's
14 villas sold out in record time. So what's got everyone investing in Bali's hottest location?
I really want to get down to a couple of.
Hi, APFG and GeoNet team, just here at the Luke Village.
Fourteen villas sold out in record.
I don't do that. I'm not no. We can still hear the music.
6 seconds delay.
We're not going to have that one, are we?
No.
So
I have my headphone, but
So you put your hand down, that means I'm on. So hands up,
Yep.
and then you put it down, and I'm on. Great. Okay, do you want to try that again?
Sure.
For the last 10 seconds. Good evening, my name is Matt Sully. I'm the CEO of APFG. Thanks so much for coming along this evening. I hope you enjoyed that little video there from today's partner, TUI Group, TUI Global, TUI Blue. You're going to learn a lot about them over the course of the next half an hour. So that's about how long I expect to take, half an hour, 40 minutes maximum. I promise I won't be boring. There's some more videos to watch, and hopefully you're going to get a lot out of this evening's discussion. I can see a few names there. I'm going to write down some names of people I will see. Vishal, we just started speaking yesterday. Thanks for showing up. Who else we've got? Oh, we've got Venkat. Thanks for Venkat. See a lot of our investors already here. Mark Reed's here. How about that? Well done. Welcome, Mark. I'm sure you're going to learn a thing or two tonight. And Chad and a few of the other guys are here too. So welcome, everybody. Lots of names I don't recognize. There's about 80 of you in this session, and there's a few more sessions coming this evening. While I'm talking, you may have some questions, and you can do those live through our chat room. We've got staff waiting to answer those. This chat room will pop up at various times through the night, but apfg.au/chat, and you can ask your questions. If I say something and you want further clarification, you can do that through the chat room. If at any time during the conversation this evening, like, this is awesome, I want to express my interest above everybody else, you can use that form there, apfg.au/EOI. And obviously, I'm sure a lot of you are going to want to have a chat with me and the team, so you can book a call back, and you can do that anytime during the session, apfg.au/call. Well, let's get into it. Why is this a sellout? Well, because we haven't got much left. I've sold out all of the 2-bedroom stock in phase 1. I've sold all of the 3-bedroom stock in phase 1, and we've sold all of the hotel stock in phase 1, and that is operational, and people are staying there tonight, and our investors are already making money from phase 1. Stage 2, as you can see in the green blobs, we've got about 45 bits of stock left out of the 100 we started with about a month or two ago. So this is a sellout of the last bits. I've got the developer to give us some really special bonuses to give away, and you're going to have to stay to the end to see what they are. Now, I did promise everybody a $100 voucher, and I welcomely give that with my blessings. Please take that $100 voucher. You'll be able to claim that at the very last slide. That QR code won't work just yet. What does a $100 voucher do for you? It might get you a tank of petrol. My car takes about $120, so it's about a tank's worth of petrol. And you've come along tonight, and if you're excited enough to come and give me half an hour to 45 minutes of your time for $100, how excited are you going to be at the end when I show you how I'm going to give you $1,400 a month guaranteed for the next 9 or 10 months. And then I'm going to up it to $2.5 grand forecast. And some of you are even going to get close to $5,000 a month. That's what this is about. So if the $100 voucher is why you're here, guess what's coming at the end? Lots more vouchers, not just a tank of petrol, the whole month's worth of petrol, the whole month's worth of credit cards, the whole month's worth of groceries, the school bills, put some into the mortgage and take the wife on a date or two for the month. And then next month, it happens again. So really, I'm talking about money very early in this presentation because that's what it's all about. Money's important. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the $100, many of you. So I'm going to talk there about driving to work and all that kind of stuff. So let's get stuck into it. What can you do about this situation? What can you do? Why should you do it? How can you do it? And who can you do it with? It's going to take me about 20 minutes to explain this to you. I think you're going to enjoy it. So what is it? It is investing in high-end luxury hotel and resorts and villas in Bali, doing that with very high-end hotel operators, set and forget with hotels and villas that are a real draw card to the many, many travelers that we have coming to the island every single day. Why should you do it? Well, you should do it because people like holidays. People have annual leave. The whole planet has annual leave. You've got 20 days probably, so does everybody else on the planet. People in Germany have annual leave. People in America have annual leave. And they all plan to use it to not be at home as many days as possible. They look at their annual leave and their public holidays and they try and stretch their 20 days into 30 days. But the other 335 days are still at home. So those 30 days are where they get to live like a king and be somewhere that's not home with a buffet breakfast. We're seeing 45,000 of them every single day from all over the world arriving at Denpasar Airport. Think about what that number means. 45,000 a day. And in April just gone, we had our biggest month ever at 53,000 arrivals per day. So how can you do it? You can do it with this hotel that we finished. It's a very short walk to Finn's Beach Club. It's 2 minutes in our little buggy, and it's called the Luke Hotel. It's run by TUI Blue, and you're going to learn all about those very, very shortly. But right now, I'm just going to throw to Luke, and he's going to do a quick walk-around video for us. Take it away, Luke.
14 villas sold out in record time. So what's got everyone investing in Bali's hottest location? Let me show you why. Welcome to the heart of Barawa, Bali. I'm Luke from GNet Properties, and today I'm going to take you through the recently launched TUI Blue luxury villas, right here in the heart of Canggu's most vibrant neighbourhood. Just last week, we launched Phase 1 villas. 14 of them have now completely sold out. But don't worry, we're building 10 brand new villas in Phase 2. And today I'm going to show you exactly why these villas are so special. We are now inside Villa A, a luxury 2-bedroom villa spread across 2 levels, thoughtfully designed for privacy, comfort, and that Bali tropical vibe. As you walk in, you are greeted with a very open and spacious living area, dining area, and modern kitchen, which is perfect for relaxing and entertaining.
Fantastic. As you can see, it's really, really exciting project, and it's real, right? It's done. That's not AI. Yeah, Luke's really there. We really built it, and people are really staying there. And we know they're really staying there because our reviews that we've been getting across all the platforms, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, and Google, have been extraordinary in our first few months of operation. We've had 45 TripAdvisor reviews, and not one has been less than 5 stars. Not one. This link is probably in your email. You can go and read them. If we look at the other review platforms, such as Google and Booking.com, we've had 340 reviews, and they are all absolutely glowing. People are loving this hotel, and we've only just opened. Now, out of the blue last week, one of our investors, somebody who invested in a 3-bedroom in Phase 1, her name is Cara. She sent me a video. I didn't know she was going. She booked in, she stayed, and she sent me a video to say thank you and to show me what she had bought and how excited she was. Let's hear from Cara now.
Hi, APFG and GeoNet team, just here at the Luke Villas. Enjoying my stay in my beautiful 3-bedroom apartment. I've got some friends here with me at the moment as well, and everybody is so happy with this beautiful location. Like, you guys have done the best job. The villa is amazing, the spa's amazing, the hotel's amazing, the pool bar's amazing, and the villa itself is just like beyond expectations. So not only am I so psyched that it makes me an amazing return, but the facilities are just so good. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm so excited and can't wait to see the rest.
Fantastic. Looks like Cara had a great time with her husband there at the event. Trust me, I know Cara quite well. She's really quite fussy. So for her to, out of the blue, do something like that is really quite something. And as you can see, it's a great investment for her. And she's getting those free holidays every year. She gets to live like that every year. And so can you if you wait to the end and we show you what the special offer is today. So I want to cut to a little bit. You've heard me mention TUI a couple of times. You saw some videos at the beginning. You saw maybe some airlines, and you saw some cruise ships, you saw some hotels, all with this brand that maybe you've never heard of. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes educating you about who is TUI. The TUI Group. TUI Blue, TUI Global. They are an extraordinary company. They own the airlines, they own the planes, they own the cruise ships, they own the hotels, they own the travel agents. And last year, their revenue was almost 40 billion Australian dollars. That's well over $100 million of revenue per day. Their global occupancy across their portfolio is 82%. We'll talk about occupancy soon, and you'll see how important that is. And almost 300,000 rooms. But you still haven't heard of them, and those are big numbers. So let's put them into comparison of other companies you may have heard of. Everybody's heard of the Marriott Group, yes? You've probably heard of the Hilton and Accor, all much smaller companies than TUI. In fact, Marriott had been number one for many years, but this year, TUI flipped it, and now we're a couple of $1 billion bigger than Marriott, a brand that everybody is aware of. In fact, let's look a bit deeper into Marriott, yeah? So Marriott own 9,300 hotels. They own brands like the W, the Westin, the Shangri-La, the St. Regis, the Ritz-Carlton, etc. 9,300 of them in 140 countries. And they're coming second to TUI. Hopefully you're getting an idea of just how big they are. If not, let's put them into comparison with Australian companies. Yeah. So if TUI was an Australian company, based on their revenue, they'd be sitting at number 9, just below Coles, and way bigger than household names such as Fortescue Metals, Telstra, and way bigger than Qantas. Hopefully you're getting an idea that this is partnering with a company that are significant in this space, even if they're not in Australia and you've never heard of them. You've heard of Marriott, Accor, and the Hilton. They sit in this global tourism market, but they're really fortunate. They're nothing like Marriott because they own the airlines. There's airline revenue over the last 20 or so years. As you can see, there was a little dip a couple of years ago. We all know what happened then, but we recovered past that, and it's just a minor blip in the chart. They also own the cruise ships. Since we all stopped traveling in 2020, people like going on cruises. They really like going on cruises, and the price of cruises has gone up, and it hasn't stopped people, and revenue is enormous. And look at hotels. Did you notice hotels got a lot more expensive since COVID? They did. And the revenue that TUI is seeing as a result is massive. And now they're the number one by revenue tourism company in the world. And you have a chance to partner with them in their first and only hotel in Indonesia, in Bali. So let's look at Bali. Bali's international arrivals. This is people from other countries, not Indonesia, arriving in Bali. Obviously, there was about 18 months ago, had nobody arrived, but we have had a significant recovery, and the last 3 months have been massive. April was the biggest month we've ever seen. It's not actually on this chart. A very surprising fact for most Australians is that domestic travel to Bali is way bigger than foreigners. So people from Indonesia going to Bali. Indonesia, country of 300 million people. 300 million. Australia's 25. We're a rounding error. There's more millionaires in Jakarta than people in Sydney. And people in Jakarta and all those other parts of Indonesia love Bali. And, there's a very simplistic view of why they love it. Sometimes I ask people to answer the question, why do Indonesians go to Bali? One word, alcohol. Maybe it's a bit too simplistic, but it's one of the reasons. It's quite difficult to live a free Western-style life in a Muslim-dominated city like Jakarta. So they all go to Bali to let their hair down, party, dance on the beach, and have a few drinks. And we see millions of them a month. Millions a month. Over 1 million of them every single month. So if we have a look at the stats for 2024, you can see that Indonesia makes up 10 million out of the 16 million that arrived. Yeah. So for every 16 passports that go through Denpasar Airport, and there's lots of them, 10 out of 16 are Indonesians. We've had a 20% growth on 24-23, and 25 is going even faster. We've still had incredible growth in the local visitors, and we're seeing 45,000 arrivals into Denpasar Airport every day on average for the last 6 months or so. But April was really special. 53,000 arrivals every single day. And many of them arrived at the front of the plane in first and business class. These first and business class travelers like to travel in a way that they won't compromise their standards. And when they get to wherever they're going, their standards will not be compromised again. They want the fluffiest of gowns, They want the fluffiest of eggs at their buffet breakfast. They want room service. They want private pool. They want all of the nice trimmings that come with living like a king on a business and first class holiday. And they're prepared to pay for it. The airlines get 30% of their revenue from just 10% of the seats. Those 10% of the seats at the beginning of the front of the plane pay for 30% of the airline's costs. And so think about it. If there's 53,000 people arriving on the island and 10% are first in business, we've got over 5,000 people a day who will not compromise their standards and stay in a backpackers or an Airbnb. They are not looking for Airbnb. They're looking for 5-star luxury. So we have been very fortunate to partner with TUI, and recently we had an interview with Andrew. He's a very important person in the TUI group, and I'm going to let you hear a little bit from Andrew now. Let's hear what Andrew does for TUI.
I bring the brand of TUI Blue. My role here is a regional business development director for Southeast Asia and Japan, actually. So Southeast Asia, I'm handling right now 4 countries, which is Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore, and Japan. So total is 5 countries.
So Andrew takes care of 5 large countries across Asia, and he was tasked by head office up in Germany with looking at opening another hotel in Bali, opening a hotel in Indonesia in Bali, and they were looking at that around 2019, 2020, just before COVID, and they went back. Andrew went back to head office and said, "Yep, I'm pretty sure we can succeed with a hotel in Bali." And in this market, there's 2 things that matter: occupancy and nightly rates. High occupancy married with high nightly rates means great returns to investors and to the hotel. So Andrew's got some interesting things to say about the occupancy. Let's hear what he had to say in his own words.
So I really want to get down to that. What is enough? Because the TUI Blue Hotel here, the Loop, has 108 hotel rooms. It's got 14 villas.
Yeah.
Now, when I did the math, that equates to 46,000 nights per year. Okay. Last year, you guys brought in 100,000 tourists just to Bali.
Actually, 150,000.
150,000.
Yeah, last year.
150,000 people coming to Bali through the TUI Blue Group and through the TUI Group themselves.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. But what does surprise me is that you don't have a hotel here yet, and obviously you're moving into one.
So that's Mark interviewing Andrew. And I loved it when Andrew corrected Mark. Mark said, "You brought 100,000 people to the island last year and you haven't even got a hotel here." And Andrew said, "No, we brought 150,000 people here, Mark." That's 150,000. So we brought 150,000 people to the island. Now, this hotel that they're moving into or have moved into since that interview was made has a capacity with phase 2 to handle around 60,000 of the guests that they booked to come to the island. So 60,000 people book with TUI, and TUI go, "Awesome, I've got a hotel room for you in the hotel that we own." And they want them in the hotel they own because they make more money when they're staying under their roof. What does that mean for the other 90,000? Well, it means we're not going to have a problem with occupancy, right? We cannot squeeze 150,000 people into a 60,000 seat hotel. Occupancy in this hotel will not be a problem. The other thing I talked about is nightly rates. Now, Andrew's got some really, really interesting things to say about the nightly rates for this hotel and for Bali in general, and particular the area it's in, Barara Canggu. Let's hear what he has to say.
A couple of projects that come out in Canggu and Brawa area, when they open, actually they show a very good opening rate that is probably almost double than what I projected initially.
One more time. Say that one more time.
So initially, when we signed this project, right, 2019, yeah, we give a projection to Anton and Bu Valencia, or what kind of rate you can fetch here.
Okay.
But now, after the COVID, then suddenly a couple of projects open, not necessarily hotel, can be apartment, but per room they can sell like very high prices, and that can be like almost double what I initially proposed for the projection.
Wow.
So
you're speaking now to somebody who represents all of the investors.
Right.
That's really good news for us.
So to paraphrase what he said was 219, 220. He went to head office, said, I think we can get these nightly rates. And he went, awesome, let's go and build a hotel, go for it. COVID got in the way a little bit, slowed things down. We've now opened in late 2024. And what's happened to hotel occupancy and hotel nightly rates from that chart we saw? They have skyrocketed. And so the nightly rates that were forecasted in the business case to go ahead have doubled. And I can see that from what's happening in other hotels that have matured in this market over the last couple of years. This is a very popular hotel with Australians. It opened in 2011. It's been operating for 14 years. It's called the W. It's in Seminyak on the beach near one of our sites, actually. And a villa for 4 people in a beautiful oceanside villa with a private pool. It's very similar to what the TUI has, is now selling for $2,965 per night. That's not per week, people. That's per night. And they are very full. They're operating over 80% occupancy. In fact, let's have a look at some of the other hotels. I had my staff compile a list of about 20 hotels on the island that attract first and business class 5-star hotels. These are Australian dollars for a room for one night, including breakfast for 2 people, not 4. 2 people. So the cheapest one there, Como Uma, is $932 for one room. And if you're 4 people, you're going to be spending about $2,000. When we look down the list, you'll see some brands there that you may recognize, the St. Regis, the Jumeirah Bali, which we'll talk about. What else? The Ritz-Carlton, $1,800 a night for one room. So you need $3,600. The Raffles, the Ammon Killer, at $2,700 a night for 2 people. No kids can sleep in that. If you need 2 rooms, spend $5,000, $5,000. And those first and business class travelers, when they press on a button for a seat to spend $3,000 on their airfare, they do not stay in a backpackers, an Airbnb, or something a little low market. They're looking at luxury and first and business class for their 5 or 10 or 15-day stay on the island. So what does that mean for you as an owner in our new project, which is now open? You can stay tonight. There are plenty of people. You saw Cara earlier on. We just opened. We're in the first month of operation of our 2-bedroom villas, and we're at $1,200 a night for something that sleeps 4. See how we compare with the other rooms? The cheapest one was $950, and that slept 2. So we're highly competitive, and that's what we do when a hotel first opens. You go with highly competitive rates, and they mature into it. Our 3-bedroom villa is at $1,400 a night at the moment, and the presidential suite can be up to $3,000. Here's a hotel I've been looking at that has really matured quite quickly. This hotel was finished construction around COVID. The king of the United Arab Emirates opened this hotel, but they couldn't open because of COVID. So the open was delayed a year and a half, just sat there doing nothing. But they've been open now for 2.5 years. And I've been watching their nightly rates very closely because it's quite an extraordinary property. And we're now up to $5,000 a night. That has doubled in the last 18 months. And that's for a 2-bedroom villa that sleeps 4 people. And if you want the one with a butler oceanfront, you're looking at $8,000 a night. And the Arab people that come from Dubai, they love to stay there and they pay those rates. Just so that you know, we have 14 planes landing on the island every day from Emirates, and we have 14 planes from Etihad. There's plenty of Arabian travelers, and they love staying in this hotel. And this one has matured into the double nightly rates, just like Andrew talked about. So let's look at our hotel, your opportunity, and let's put some really low rates in there. These are our 1,200. It's even less than what we're actually selling for, $1,250, wasn't it? So at our launch rate, the investors that are in there now, they're already in. They're looking at about a 13% ROI in this launch phase for the next 3 to 4 months. As the rates mature towards Christmas, at $1,500 a night, we're going to see around 17%. I'd say sometime in the new year or maybe Easter of next year, we should crack through the 20% ROI. And as we mature into Christmas next year, at $2,500 a night, very, very, very achievable. Because on that chart before, that's $1,250, right? There was hardly any hotels at $1,250, and this is the most brand new sparkling hotel with massive occupancy, and it's the only one you can walk home to from Finn's Beach Club. And they just had a record night the other day. They hit a record the other day. There's 4,600 people about 10 days ago. I forget what. 4,600 people went to Finn's in one day. and we've only got 14 villas, so occupancy is going to be pretty good. And at this rate, you're going to be looking at 28% returns in a year or 2 or 3 from now. That means a massive return of $40,000 per year on your $145,000 investment. So remember that number, 145,000. We'll take a quick look at what that could do for you in Australia. The great thing about this property is you're not going to be carrying mountains of debt. It's just cash flow. So let's compare the ROI comparisons that we have at launch, mid-market, and a year or 2 from now with what you can do in Australia. The Australian investment market for new investors is broken. If you're looking at becoming an investor in the Australian market, you basically have aspirations to become a landlord. And landlords are the lowest on the food chain of making money in Australian property. Landlords don't make any money. They call it negative gearing for a reason. Negative meaning you don't make any money. Around 4%. Let's imagine if you were to buy something around $800,000 in Australia, probably rent for $700 a week. Your stamp duty and your legals, probably about 45 grand. Your deposit's about 80, your holding cost another 20. So you're looking at about $145,000 to buy into something that makes you 4%. Look at that number, 145,000. And we're going to get you 28% in a year or 2. Remembering you're not carrying mountains of debt, and we're going to see those ROIs in the mid to high 20s in the near future. That 145,000 investment into this project, which has a 47-year lease, equates to approximately $3 million of cash flow return over the lifetime of the project. 145 out in, 3 million out, plus a lot of extra bonuses you're going to get tonight. Consider going to the CCTV screen at this stage. Okay, so what can you buy? Am I supposed to have gone to the screen? No, okay. So what can you buy? The Luke Stage 1, fully sold out. I showed you earlier on. And due to high demand, we put on a Stage 2, and we're building that now. And there is a live stream of this on CCTV of the hotel being constructed, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. When I go to the UI page, I'll go to that. Yeah. I'm going to show you live CCTV of the footage of the hotel being built. It's a 2-bedroom villa. It's 2 bathrooms, 2 floor. It's 242 square meters. It has a private pool that you saw Cara sitting next to and having a floating breakfast. It's operational next April. The income out of it is set and forget. You don't have to worry about getting any bookings or cleaning the rooms. And it's managed by the world's largest hotel operator, TUI. You know who they are now. That's a good thing. The purchase options in this project are full and fractional, as with all of our projects. Fractional ownership in these villas is $144,000 and full ownership at $1.4 million. Nobody from all of the sales we've done in this project has ever bought a whole one. The most we had is somebody bought 5 fractions at about $800K. The sweet spot is 2. A lot of people are buying 2. A couple of people are buying 3, some 4, and lots of people buy 1. But you can buy, and if you can't afford 1, bring a friend in, spend 70 each. If you haven't got a friend, bring another friend. Spend 50 each. Yeah, 50 grand gets you into this incredible project. And the 145,000 you spend in Australia isn't going to. What am I doing here? Okay. So I need to. So from here, so I'm going to show you the project. I was going to put this here. Right. Talk about fractional. So
That's fine.
I'm going to show you live now the project website. And if you click on the button to do an EOI, you'll get taken straight to this page. Let's go and have a look. Okay, oh, it is what it is.
You know,
So that was just no audio.
no audio, just goes to the APFG page for 30 seconds while we swap over.
Okay, so here's the project page. You can see the two bedders and the three bedders are all sold. If you click on a button to take one piece of stock, it's 144. If you click on a button to take two pieces of stock, it's 289. We typically do these EOIs with and for you, but you literally press on the button, secure now. You fill in your details. There is a small holding deposit, and it's completely refundable. It's sent to you by invoice, so you can pay with a credit card. It's $790, completely refundable. And as you can see on this page, you've got all the floor plans. If you click into the brochure page, you'll see the tax depreciation schedules. You can tax depreciate this just like you can in Australia, and everything else you might want to have a look at, the building permits, the brochures, and there's even a button here for virtual reality tours, which I won't press now, but there's a really good VR tour. So this page is where they end up on the EOI?
It will be.
Yeah. So this page is where you end up if you go to APFG. APFG, let's just check. Does it work now?
It currently goes to just the
Okay.
pay page.
So
It goes there.
yeah, okay. So this page is where you end up if you want to do an expression of interest before everybody else. As I said, we've only got, actually it does say live how many pieces of stock we've got. We've got 47 bits of stock left, and there's 65 of you here. There's another event coming up later. There's a live in-person event tomorrow and a lunch the day after. So it seems likely this will get completely sold out in the next 4 days or so as we're pushing forward with doing that. Here's the live feed. The weather in Bali has been a bit average today. Not too many workers look like they're on lunch, but there's a live feed. You can see construction taking place in front of you. I've also done a whole bunch of videos. If you want to see these, just send a note to the chat team and they'll send you these. Lots of videos that I've taken walking through the completed stock. And how do I get back to the presentation?
And you're just going to have to go give us 2 or 3 seconds and we'll be back.
What's the next slide?
I want to put us on tech hold.
Okay, tech team, let's go back to the slide deck. Okay, so on the page now, that QR code, apfg.au/EOI is going to take you to that page, and it'll all be reminded at the end, and we'll obviously send you a recording of this video. Just a reminder what it is that is left. We have 45 or thereabouts, and this is when you're going to say we've already seen some EOIs, and you can say it loud. We have when we started the presentation, we had about 45. We had about 50 pieces of stock available, and you've had the opportunity while I'm talking to take any off the market.
So I've got a few come through.
Sorry?
A few have come through.
Okay, so apparently we've had some expressions of interest already come through while I'm talking. Well done. I think I know who a few of those are. We had a few people that we've met with the last couple of weeks that have delayed buying because of the bonus that I told them was going to be released this evening. So that's going to flow in, yeah. So we do have some people we've met with the last couple of weeks that want to buy, but I told them, hold off until tonight because we're going to be offering some special bonuses. We don't normally offer this, right? You're going to get $3,000 of Flight Centre vouchers for your purchase. Our gift, come to Bali on us, and every buyer tonight will get one. You'll need to complete your expression of interest by Monday for that, by the end of June. Yeah. You'll need to, no, I'm going to say, because this could be videoed. You need to complete your expression of interest in the next 3 or 4 days. You're also going to get access to your villa, the 2-bedroom villa, the beautiful pool that you saw Cara sitting by earlier on. You're going to get access to stay in that for 2 nights per year per fraction. So if you do what most people do, which is buy 2, you're going to get 4 nights every year. If you're in your 50s, it's going to last you until you're over 100. Yeah. Every year, you're going to live like a king with the fluffiest of gowns and the most beautiful buffet breakfast in Bali for no cost. It's a great, great deal. But here's what's really special. This is what I've managed to get from the developer that nobody else has had. All of the other people who bought in this project haven't had this. We are offering 12% interest paid during construction for this event only. What does that mean? Well, in Australia, you make 4% when it's finished. If you buy it today, put your deposit down, pay your legal fees and all the loan costs, you're going to make 4% in a year or so. We normally offer 8%. All my other investors have got 8%. But for this event only, we're offering 12% as of tomorrow. Pay today, make money tomorrow. Pay the $145,000 today, making money tomorrow. I can't be any more clear than that. And obviously, sometime next year around Easter, operational, and should expect 20% returns at that time. What does that mean in terms of real money? It means, remember I said at the beginning, that guaranteed income, the $100 voucher, poof, who cares about $100? $1,450 per month, every month until complete. And then it goes up. You're looking at forecasted about $2,500 per month, every month for the rest of your good looking days. Now, a lot of people buy two. What does that mean? Well, while I'm building it, almost $3,000 a month, but I haven't even got any guests staying there. Think about that. $3,000 makes a big difference, right? That's not just a tank of petrol. And when it goes live, close to $5,000 a month, that's real life-changing cash flow. That significantly helps you with your existing payments, your mortgage, your fuel, your groceries, your school fees, taking the wife out, all of the things that you need to pay for every month on us. And then guess what happens next month? It shows up again and again and again. And over the next lifetime of this project, we're going to give you about $3 million. It's a pretty good deal. Let's just remind ourselves what we're giving you. Free nights, free flight vouchers, and 12% guarantee. But all buyers getting that huge cash flow for life. Life meaning that at 2069, you're going to need to renew the lease again. And we'll talk about what that means during the contract phase. So once again, if you want to express your interest, there's the link. If you just want to have a call with us, which is fair enough, because some of you only started talking to yesterday and you've got some questions, we can spend as much time tomorrow and over the next couple of days talking about this before you do your final commitment in 3 or 4 days' time. Book a call back, get into the calendar. You click on there to choose your time slot. We will call you back as soon as possible. And here we are, people. I promised you a $100 voucher. If you're still with me and you're only here for the $100 voucher, go grab it. apfg.au/redeem. You will need to put your name, email, your name, your email, and your phone number, so we can cross-reference you with everybody that registered. I can't give $100 to all your mates because you told them just fill in this form. So we will do some checks to make sure that you were registered and you came. We've had some trouble with that in the past with these things where people take the piss a little bit. Anyway, there's some protections in there to make sure that people stay to the end are the only ones that get it. And if you got here and that's all you want, that's fine. Take it with my blessings. Enjoy a tank of petrol on me. So look, thanks for watching. On the screen there is my phone number. It's my direct mobile phone number. You can text me, you can WhatsApp me. There's my email address. I suggest you take it just in case you're really keen and you miss out and you need to go on the wait list. This video is recorded and we're always sending it to everybody as a YouTube. We'll probably put it on our website in a couple of weeks' time. Oh, no, we won't, because we're all sold out. This will be recorded and we will send you a recording of this. It'll be tomorrow because I can already see there's about 7 or 8 people booked a callback. So there won't be any emails out tonight. Tomorrow we will email you a link so you can watch this whole thing again. You can claim your voucher, you can submit an EOI, you can talk to our team. The callback button's not on there.
No, like that.
And we're going to figure out how to put that in there. Let's just change that last screen, yeah. You can claim your voucher. You can submit an EOI. We don't need to chat. We can just take the chat out. Okay. And you can book a call with our team. Look, that's all I've got for you this evening. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it so much you want to come again, there's another one running later on. My name is Matt. Over and out.